What's up, guys? How y'all doing? I just realized that I could go live and then share videos later, and I don't have to only live from Facebook, but I can hit you guys on YouTube. So what's up? It's your girl Christina Faith, and we out here. I wanted to talk to you guys about trusting the process of independent filmmaking. And let me tell you, it's a process. It is probably one of the most abusive processes that there is as an independent filmmaker, mainly because we ain't got no money. So because we ain't got no money, I said ain't got no money, it's harder to get things done, but it's possible. So with Single and Anxious, I'm an independent filmmaker. If you don't know me and you're just finding this, my name is Christina Faith. I'm an independent filmmaker, a writer, a creator, a director. I am whatever I need to be, editor, everything, until the process is complete. And it's like one of the hardest things to do is to create something out of nothing, with nothing, yet looking at everything that you have in your hand. So one of the cool things that I've discovered throughout this entire process is that people will attach themselves to a vision if the vision is good. And I've just been really blessed to have some amazing people become part of my casting crew, but honestly a part of my family. Like, I'm writing to keep my dogs alive, keep everybody around. So it's really been really cool to see how this whole process could work. I don't care if you got a Lyft, you got an Uber, you got to work 3 jobs to get your thing done. Get it done no matter what. So a part of the process of independent filmmaking, number one, is coming up with a script that's worth shooting, that's worth pouring over, that's worth finding locations for, that's worth casting actors for. And that's really the hardest part, is the script, right? While you're writing the script. The second hardest part is then casting. While you're casting, that's the hardest part. So one of the dope things that I'm really learning is that every step of independent filmmaking, every part of the process is the hardest while you're in the process. While we were rehearsing and getting everything together, because I'm a director who rehearses, I don't believe in just showing up, mainly because you don't know what the chemistry was like with the other person. So you really want to take the time to build chemistry as opposed to just show up cold. Now, we've had a few people that showed up cold, but we try to get them into at least one acting class, at least one rehearsal, so that they can see what they're getting themselves into. The next step was then getting crew that could then support it, finding an associate producer, finding producers, finding assistant directors, finding a DP, finding boom operators that either one, weren't skilled, but because I'm skilled in a lot of these areas, were able to be teachable, to be great in their areas. My DP, when I first got Eric Qua, let me tell you, brother, he was a DP in the making, but through a lot of practice, a lot of teaching, a lot of learning from myself and other people, he's become amazing. Our associate producer, Caitlin, she's amazing. Our assistant director / producer, Franchella, she's amazing. And a lot of these guys never walked in the roles that they're in, but because I've had experience, I can then kind of like show them, and then as I show them, they grow along the way as they're doing work. Our boom operators, all of our boom operators, these guys are high school students that we've just taught how to properly operate a boom. Our sound mixer, she's like that too. When I met Ashley, she didn't know what she was doing, but now she's able to mix sound and really come up with something that's amazing. Because when you start shooting in principal photography, one of the hardest things is sound. They tell you, oh, sound, you'll get it. Like, if your sound is off, everything is off. That's like 100% key, is sound. And then finding locations, making sure that the set design is right, that all the colors blend together, that when you're using darker skinned people, you don't have brown everywhere, because it's going to be hard to color them later on. So now we have our last 2 shoots besides some pickups and B-roll, and the hardest process in this time has been feeding people, honestly. Feeding a cast of 20 plus, cast and crew of 20 plus every weekend for the last 8 or 9 weekends. But we discovered, hey, we can get food donated. So currently we're about to go into post-production, and honestly, like I said before, every process that you're in with independent filmmaking, that is the hardest part. And then you look back and you be like, oh, that wasn't as hard as this, and then, oh, that wasn't as hard. And then after post, you go into marketing, and that's honestly, like, that's not the hardest part. After all the process, that's the hardest part afterwards, because most people, they create their films and then they drop it. So that's something that I want you to do, is while you're going through the process, I know that inside of that process it may seem hard, but at the same time, that part of the process is hard for that second. It won't be hard the whole time. So hopefully next time, I'll be making Facebook Lives all the time, because I think this actually counts with Facebook towards your videos that you post. So trust the process, keep going, believe that you can do it, reach out to people, not for coffee, but for advice and insight on how to move forward. Like, don't just say you have a vision. How do you work your vision? How do you take it from script to casting? How do you take it from casting to rehearsing? How do you take it from rehearsing to shooting? How do you perfect your shooting along the way? And being willing to say, oh, that was bad, we got to reshoot it. Because it's better that you have a great product than you have a fast product. So that's all I really got to say today. I figured let me YouTube live today, and y'all can watch this video later. So love you guys.